You are listening to Results Over BS. You're about to find out the secrets to building a 6 or 7 figure virtual coaching business without the confusion or overwhelm, so you can finally have the lifestyle of freedom and create the impact you've always wanted. Marquel Russel is internationally known for helping his clients craft irresistible premium-priced offers and creating automated client attraction systems that do the selling for you, establish your authority, and enroll happy, high-paying dream clients on a consistent and predictable basis. Here's Marquel.
So what's up, everybody? It's Marquel Russel here, and today I have the honor and privilege to have Miss Joy Edwards here with me. Hey, Joy, how you doing?
Good. Doing real good.
Awesome. So thank you so much, first and foremost, for taking some time out of your busy schedule to hop on here with me.
Absolutely.
Cool. So the first thing I want to know, Joy, I really want to know, of course, we're going to dive into the success you're having, the amazing momentum you're having and so forth in your program. But what I want to know first is kind of tell everybody about why are you even on this journey? Because when we met, you were already on this path. You're already driven. You're already a decisive action taker. You're already doing some amazing things when we connected. But what I'm curious, and I'm always curious to know, is why are you even on this journey of building your business and doing the things you're doing? Why? What's your big why, I guess?
My big why, first of all, was just passion for women, to see women not to struggle with trying to manage everything they manage as being women, moms, and wives. That was my big why. Just seeing a lot of that throughout the years really motivated me to know I have something that can help them. But then also to find out that I could do this as a business, leave a legacy for my kids, build extra streams of income. That became like secondary reasons as to why I'm doing it. And it's amazing how much of a light and an influence it is for other people to see you, going after what you're going after, because it influences them to say, hey, let me try my hand at something. So I like that. I didn't expect that, but I like that byproduct, people telling me that I encourage them to step out.
Awesome. And so let's talk a little bit more about prior to joining the program. So prior to joining the program and us working together, I guess, how was life in business? What was life in business like at that point? Like, what have you already been doing online? Was it frustrating what you have been doing? Kind of give us that whole journey and what actually, kind of led you my way.
Okay, so my business started out, I always say, by a divine accident, because I just started shooting these live videos, right? I was just shooting videos to help people, and then people started asking me, well, what do you offer? And I'm like, oh, shoot, I need to come up with an offer. I didn't even know what I was doing. So let's get that out there right now. I didn't know what I was doing. So as I would see different ads come across Facebook and it would look like something that I needed or needed to have, I would click on it and pretty much buy the coaching, whatever it was. And so I was getting a lot of coaching where I would get videos and templates, which was good. I don't think anything was an accident or a waste of time, because all of it helped me in some way, form, or fashion. There was no part of it that didn't help me along the way. But what I noticed was that as I was getting more and more into it, I was getting bits and pieces of everything. So I get one person telling me to go live, one person telling me I need to shoot Facebook videos, but no one was really showing me how to put it all together. Another person telling me I needed a list. So it was just all these different scattered pieces everywhere. And I'm a very organized person, and it just felt overwhelming because I didn't know how it fit together. What was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? All I had was 5 pieces out here, no blueprint of this is what it should look like. So I was really just trying to figure it out. And like I said, nothing went to waste. It's all making sense now. But I spent a lot of money on different programs. And also there was no personal touch. So I would get in these programs and I would have the videos and everything like that. But if a question came up, if I had a unique situation, there was no one I could email, no one I could talk to, no one I could bounce something off of to say, well, what about this? Well, what do I do about that? I still had a lot of business questions, because even though I know my stuff and I'm an expert at my stuff, I didn't know the business aspect of it, and really trying to learn that. You need coaching on that because it's a skill that can be taught. And I really didn't have anyone to teach me. I was kind of self-teaching myself going through these courses. So that was my struggle. And I just noticed by the time I met you, I had all pieces just everywhere. And I'm a very systematic person. And so when you said the word system, I was hooked.
Awesome. I mean, because I totally get it. So when I first came online looking to generate leads. And I was just was going down all these rabbit holes. So it was I always kind of look at the analogy of like, if you ever saw one of the shows and one person's pulling your arm this way and one person's pulling your arm this way. So they're like, well, you got to learn copywriting first. Well, don't worry about learning copywriting. Learn how to do Facebook or learn how to do Facebook ads or create content or go live. Or you got to learn email lists. So people kind of give me all this different stuff. And I was like, oh my God, like somebody just give me some step by step by step, you know, and I can follow steps, but it's just like so much stuff. It's like a big buffet, kind of like, you know, just do this. And everybody's kind of giving me counter. Yeah, that's good. Don't worry about that, but do this. And I'm like, it's crazy. So that was kind of the whole motivation around it. So
and then add a job on top of that. If you're working a job, and then it's like, oh man, yeah, overwhelming.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I guess what would you say has been the biggest benefit for you since coming into the program? Because you came in and created some amazing momentum. You're enrolling clients. Your calendar is staying booked with new clients applying to work with you. So what would you say is the biggest benefit been since us working together?
Well, actually, there have been two things. Number one, there was a system, like how to put, so everything all these other programs were telling me, they weren't wrong, but they didn't show me the order, how to put them in there. You gave me, okay, this is where the videos come in. This is where the emails come in. This is where this comes in. It was all in order. So you gave me a sequence, number one. You actually helped me create an ultimate machine. So now I have this lovely, beautiful, working online, systematic, automated machine working for me. And I love that I was able to go through the program and build a total machine now. So I love being able to go on my calendar, open it up or mark it off if something comes up. I love it's almost like a personal assistant, you know, and then it helps you as far as your brand. Because a lot of people say, I love the professionalism of what I've seen so far, you know, just getting the automated responses. So the fact that I was able to build a machine, and not only that, you show us how to build the machine ourselves from scratch, but then you also offer outsourcing. So if we want to speed up the process and shortcut the process, we can outsource some of the things that you show us to someone else to just get it done and get it done quickly, which was some of the options I chose to do. But I love that I still have the videos to go back to and tutor me through it if I, you know, to still learn the platforms myself. That and the weekly coaching calls, amazing. So to be on the phone call with so many other billionaires and people in the same mind frame as me trying to go where I'm going, we're going in the same direction. That has been awesome to hear them talk about, you know, challenges, progressions, triumphs, to hear you answer questions. And I think more than anything, it's not so much the technical piece of this business that's blessed me. It's what it's doing for my mindset. Okay, because it's not really a business problem, a financial problem. There's a mindset problem. And so a huge part of being one of your clients is it shifted my mind. It's the mindset I've already had, but somebody needed to unlock it and say, don't think that way. That's the wrong perspective. You need someone to tell you, no, money is abundant. There's no scarcity of money. You're like, oh, because you know, society always tells you there's scarcity. There's not this, there's not that. And I love the way this platform opens up there's so much possibility, you know, so I love the abundance perspective it comes from. So the mindset shift has been greater than anything. I mean, just to be able to say, because I still have challenges where things happen, and to be able to say to myself, Joy, you are intelligent and you can figure anything out. I tell myself that, you know, to have that pop up and not just be frustrated and stuck, to like, okay, I don't know what's going on. I had something happen this week. It was huge. So it got off, and to be able to tell myself, I was like, you're going to figure this out. And I did. And so that whole shift of knowing I can has been, man, that and the machine. Yes.
That's awesome. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. So how did you find me online? Do you remember?
You popped up. You just popped up on my feed.
Like in the
I was scrolling Facebook feed. You're walking down the street talking with a hoodie on. I said, well, this looks very relaxed. And then I read a little bit of the copy of what you had, and I saw the word system, and because that's a word that just strikes a chord with me when I'm teaching women how to be more organized in their lives. System, yes, that's the word for me. So I clicked on it and you were just speaking very relaxed. It didn't seem stuffy, fake, no pretense. I'm a very down to earth person. So that really connected with me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So what would you say is the biggest, so what would you say decided after you went through this whole process, you found me on Facebook and then, going through the whole process, seeing the content and so forth. What would you say is the biggest thing that attracted you to actually connect with me? And what made you because obviously we know it's a decent investment. What made you say, okay, let's do it and go ahead and take the plunge?
Okay, well, I was already working with a coach when I saw your video. I was still working with another coach. Mm-hmm. And she did great with getting me with where she got me, but still I was getting pieces and I needed a system. So I kind of said, I'm going to reach out to this coach and ask them for this. And then I'm also going to set up a session with Marquel and see what he's talking about, because you said the session was free. I'm like, it can't hurt to do a free session, see what he's talking about. And so I literally was just vying between who was going to answer me first. And kind of you answered me first. And so I went ahead, scheduled the call with you. Once you kept telling me, I'm going to give you the complete system. I'm going to show you how to plug everything in. I was pretty much sold at that point. I really didn't even know how I was going to make the financial piece work. But I was like, I know this is all I need. Because I had everything else. Like you said, I had already started. I kind of had everything else. I'm like, it's the system. It's the automation. Nobody's showing me how to do that part.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. So let's talk a little bit about the steps. So like you came into the program. So tell everybody like what's the steps that you took? Just kind of the big picture steps that you've taken to get to where you are now. Because right now you're charging $5,000, right?
Right.
So to get you to come through the program, so you're enrolling $5,000 clients. Your calendar is staying booked, which is awesome. What would you say is the steps that you came through to help you put it through? Because you got you kind of created momentum pretty quickly. So what would you say is the steps that you took to go through this process? So just kind of anybody who's watching decide to come on board, they'll kind of say, okay, I'll just kind of follow what Joy did.
Okay, so what I did, number one, was I didn't procrastinate. I was like, move quickly, execute quickly. So I started as soon as I was enrolled and I was able to get on the members platform. I started my classes immediately. I started the assignments immediately. I just did something every day pertaining to this class. I woke up in the morning and said, I'm just dedicate doing at least one session of the class. And it just kept momentum going. And I kept moving through the platform. So the lessons, I just kept moving through the lessons. That's really what helped me. I put a deadline on myself. And I said by February, because I joined in December, it was kind of the end of December. And so I gave myself to the end of February. I wrote it down. And I said, you will finish Marquel's course February 28th. I had the date set. So I automatically knew it set me up to, I challenged myself to finish. And so that was number one. So when I kept moving, it allowed me to start doing it quickly. So I was able to get my machine up because I knew that's what you can't get leads if you don't get the machine up and running. So I'm like, I need the machine up and running. So that was the first thing I did. The other thing was you told me the power of focusing on one. And at the time I had 2 different programs going on. And so you helping me to merge those 2 programs into one, I automatically knew if I merged this into one program, yes, it's definitely $5,000 worthy because I was charging like 2. And it's funny because I went from starting to charge $80 for something. Then I got another coach who told me to charge $600. Now, mind you, I never started doing it because I was still working with coaches. Then I kind of layered coaches on top of coaches. Then the next coach told me, no, you're going to charge 3. Everything was like, every time the $80 was, and then the 600 was, and then the 2,000 was, and after a while I got to you. It was like you charge $5,000, and I'm like, cool, we're gonna go with it. So that's what I did. And once you showed me the power one, merge these 2 programs, and I definitely could see the value of $5,000 for merging both my programs together. I'm like separate, they're $3,000, so I'm definitely gonna, take it on up. So getting that online machine, setting that deadline for myself, got it up and running quickly. I already knew the value of my program and you were telling me the value of my program because you need that reinforcement because sometimes life can make you feel like, was this really worth, $5,000? is this really worth $5,000? Should you be charging somebody? But to have somebody in your ear saying, yes, this is worth the pain you're going to spare them once they get into your program. This is worth the promise, the heaven that they want to have. And so, once you're convinced of that, so those were really the steps I took. Got it up by February 28th, start launching ads by March, and then calls start coming in. And to mention, I was on a drought with calls too. I hadn't had a call since it may have been September, October. So that was with, prior to coming to you. So it was okay because I had to take that time, set up my machine, and I've stayed booked every day of the week since.
Nice. I love it. And the cool thing is we're just getting started.
Yep.
So we haven't even gotten to the next level. So I'm excited for this.
I'm still in the testing phase, actually.
Exactly. We're just getting started. So that's awesome. So perfect. So I guess if I have to ask, how would you say you're feeling about the results so far, and how do you feel like it's going to impact your life, going forward?
Well, I am really encouraged about the results so far. I mean, I definitely see, even with testing the ads, I can tell that my ideal person and client, I'm getting closer and closer to finding her, because you can tell in the shift in the grade of person that's calling, the quality of person that's calling, that's close to your avatar, your ideal client. So getting closer and closer to that, already signing on a client at this new price point, and just knowing I can do it, because I have a goal of $20K a month and I can see it, taste it. I'm like, it's going to happen.
For sure. I love it. Cool. So Joe, I won't keep you much longer. I definitely appreciate you. But so if you was to say one thing to the audience right now about the process and work with me and everything, what would you say to these individuals who are watching?
I would say the process in the program works. You have to work it. So if you come into this program and you work the program, it works. That's what I would say. So a lot of times people don't get results because they don't work it. So it's just, the program is kind of fail proof. It's just up to you if you're going to put in the work.
Perfect. I love it. So cool. So everybody who's watching right now, so a couple different options. So typically I'm working with two types of people. So we have individuals who are already coaches, who are ready to get to the 20,000 plus per month mark. You're already a coach. Or individuals who want to go into the coaching space. Maybe you have a certification. Maybe you have a skill set, some knowledge and expertise you want to package and turn that into a coaching business and scale that to 20,000 a month. So those are kind of the two people ideally I like to work with. So if you've liked what you heard so far and you want to get more information about how we can work together, I'll take you by the hand and walk you through the same exact process. I have a link around this video somewhere. You can click on the button and get more information about how we can work together. And we'd definitely love to chat with you more. So go ahead, below this video, around this video, is a link somewhere or a button where you can click on that and then get more information about how we can, potentially work together. So until then, Joy, thank you so much. I know you got a lot of great things going. Your calendar is booked, family, you're doing a lot of amazing things. I'm excited for you. It's an honor to work with you, and I'm excited to just kind of see you continue to go to the next level.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Talk to you in a few.
All right. Bye-bye.